China is the new world economic giant, and more countries that need prosperity rush to China for business relations. But the West is angry with China's assertion and power, so they want to do everything to stop China by beginning the decoupling strategy. But China has now decided to start competing on the more sophisticated products like clothing designs and EV manufacturing. The world is pivoting to China, and there is nothing anyone can do about it. Malaysia's rush to China is a testament of how China is growing fast, and more countries wish to be a friend with China. Stay with us to the end to find out what Malaysia really wants from China. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you're new to the channel and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world, you've come to the right place. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. Malaysia has extended an invitation to China's President Xi Jinping for a visit, according to statements from the Malaysian ambassador in Beijing. This gesture comes as part of Malaysia's broader strategy to enhance economic ties with China, particularly through tourism. The Southeast Asian nation is looking to significantly increase the influx of Chinese tourists, aiming for a target of 5 million annually, a move designed to spur economic growth. Just a quick reminder to hit the like button below. YouTube has been restricting my videos a lot recently because of bots, so your like does help out this video massively in terms of the algorithm in YouTube. The upcoming year marks a significant milestone in Sino-Malaysian relations, celebrating 50 years of diplomatic ties. In line with this, Malaysia has recently announced a visa-free travel policy for Chinese tourists, allowing them a 30-day stay. This policy mirrors a similar initiative undertaken by Thailand, underscoring a regional trend aimed at attracting Chinese visitors. Statistics from the Malaysian government indicate that in the first half of the year, 498,540 Chinese tourists visited Malaysia. Although this number represents a recovery, it's still only about a third of the visitor volume seen before the pandemic. For context, Thailand anticipates welcoming between 3.4 to 3.5 million Chinese tourists within the same time frame. Malaysian Ambassador Norman Muhammad, speaking at the Malaysian Embassy in Beijing, expressed confidence in Malaysia's capacity to host a larger number of tourists. He acknowledged that reaching the 5 million target might take longer than a few years, but stressed that the goal was realistic. Ambassador Norman also highlighted the strategic economic aspect of the visa-free policy. By facilitating easier access to Malaysia for Chinese citizens, the country is not only promoting tourism, but also encouraging Chinese investors to explore business opportunities in Malaysia. Malaysia's economic outlook appears positive, with expectations of achieving a foreign growth target for the year. This optimism is partly fueled by the anticipated boost in tourism. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim of Malaysia has personally invited President Xi Jinping to visit, further solidifying the diplomatic outreach to China. Ambassador Norman expressed hope that President Xi would accept this invitation. Adding to these diplomatic overtures, a recent interaction between China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi and his Malaysian counterpart Zambri Abdul Qadir in New York has garnered attention. Photographs released by the Chinese Foreign Ministry captured a moment of camaraderie, with the two ministers seen holding hands, symbolizing a strengthening of ties between the two nations. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. This series of events and initiatives by Malaysia underscores a strategic pivot towards enhancing relations with China. This pivot seems to be both an economic and diplomatic maneuver, reflective of the shifting geopolitical dynamics in the Southeast Asian region. As Malaysia seeks to rebound economically post-pandemic, its focus on attracting Chinese tourists and investors is a clear indicator of where the country sees its economic and diplomatic leverage. In the broader context, Malaysia's outreach to China can be seen as part of a larger pattern among Southeast Asian nations, many of which are increasingly looking to Beijing as a key economic partner. This shift comes amidst complex global political currents and reflects the growing influence of China in the region. The emphasis on tourism and investment from China is a pragmatic approach, aimed at leveraging China's vast market and investment potential for national economic benefit. However, this approach is not without its challenges and complexities. Balancing relations with major powers like the United States and China requires careful diplomatic maneuvering. Malaysia's recent actions, particularly its open invitation to President Xi Jinping, signal a nuanced strategy in navigating these geopolitical waters. The country is evidently seeking to strengthen its ties with China while managing its relationships with other global powers. As Malaysia prepares for the 50th anniversary of its diplomatic relations with China, the country appears to be entering a new phase in its foreign policy. This phase is characterized by a more assertive approach in forging economic ties, with a keen focus on tourism and investment. The upcoming years will likely reveal the full impact of these strategies on Malaysia's economic landscape and its position within the regional and global geopolitical frameworks. The strategic shift in Malaysia's foreign policy, particularly towards strengthening ties with China, can be contextualized within the broader framework of Southeast Asia's geopolitical dynamics. This region has historically been a crucible of competing interests among global powers. In recent years, the rise of China as an economic and military powerhouse has significantly altered the geopolitical landscape, compelling nations like Malaysia to reassess and realign their foreign policy priorities. Malaysia's outreach to China, symbolized by the invitation to President Xi Jinping, is indicative of this realignment. This diplomatic move is not just a singular event, but part of a comprehensive strategy aimed at deepening economic and political relations with Beijing. The visa-free policy for Chinese tourists, aiming to boost the number of visitors to 5 million annually, is a testament to Malaysia's commitment to this strategy. This policy is expected to have a ripple effect on various sectors of the Malaysian economy, particularly tourism, hospitality, and retail. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. Tourism is a vital component of Malaysia's economy, contributing significantly to the nation's GDP. The influx of Chinese tourists, who are known for their spending power, could provide a substantial boost to the Malaysian economy, which, like many others, has been grappling with the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic severely impacted international travel, and nations heavily reliant on tourism, like Malaysia, faced significant economic setbacks. The relaxation of visa requirements for Chinese tourists is a calculated move to jumpstart this sector. Investment is another critical aspect of the Malaysia-China relationship. By facilitating easier travel for Chinese citizens, Malaysia is not only opening its doors to tourists, but also to potential investors. China has been a significant source of foreign direct investment in various sectors of the Malaysian economy, including infrastructure, manufacturing, and technology. The visa-free policy could further enhance this investment flow, providing a much-needed impetus to Malaysia's economic growth. However, Malaysia's pivot towards China is not without its complexities. The United States has been a long-standing ally and trading partner of Malaysia. This realignment towards China could potentially create diplomatic tensions with the U.S. The challenge for Malaysian diplomacy will be to navigate these shifting alliances without alienating key partners. Balancing the relationship with China and the United States will require adept diplomatic skills and strategic foresight. The invitation to President Xi Jinping and the broader outreach to China also need to be seen in the context of domestic politics in Malaysia. The ruling coalition, led by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, is navigating a complex political landscape. Strengthening ties with China could be seen as a move to consolidate economic stability and political legitimacy. Economic growth driven by increased tourism and investment from China could bolster the government's standing domestically, providing tangible benefits to the Malaysian populace. Moreover, Malaysia's strategic pivot is reflective of a larger trend in Southeast Asia, where nations are increasingly looking towards China for economic partnerships. The economic gravity of China, with its massive consumer market and investment capabilities, is hard to ignore for these nations. As the United States and China continue to vie for influence in the region, countries like Malaysia are finding themselves in a position where they need to strike a balance between these two powers. The symbolism of the recent interaction between China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi and Malaysia's Zambri Abdul Qadir in New York should not be understated. It represents a visual affirmation of the growing closeness between the two nations. Such gestures play a significant role in diplomatic relations, signaling intent and goodwill to both domestic and international audiences. Malaysia's invitation to President Xi Jinping and the visa-free policy for Chinese tourists are part of a broader strategic realignment towards China. This pivot reflects the changing geopolitical realities of Southeast Asia and the growing influence of China in the region. While this strategy presents economic opportunities for Malaysia, it also brings with it the challenge of balancing complex international relations, particularly with the United States. How Malaysia navigates this diplomatic tightrope will be crucial in determining its role and influence in the regional and global arena. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out this video showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.